I know, I know, I know. I know y'all are like, Tiffany, what happened to this focusing on yourself movement? What had happened was, y'all, prepare yourselves, okay? This is not clickbait. Lord knows. I wish it was, okay? Honestly, wish it was. So, yeah, let's just get right into her. This guy messaged me on Facebook, and we had, a pretty good conversation. Just general, like, hey, how are you? What do you do? How old are you? Are you single? That type of conversation, right? And it's pretty much like, well, we should get to know each other and become friends. This is what he was saying. So pretty much, he is 34 years old. He um does a few things. He does like catering, so he's like a cook, so he caters and everything for like people's events and weddings and functions and stuff like that. He owns, well, he lives on a farm, so he sells like sheep and goats and roosters and pretty much everything. Like a real just like country type of guy. And he's like, I have all this and I'm just ready to, have a woman to share it with and all this. Don't mind this foundation, it's gonna get better. So I'm thinking, okay, like he's a little older, he got his life together. His player days are over, like, we can see where this goes. So pretty much what I was telling him was like, I don't want to rush into anything. I want us to, I want to take time to actually get to know somebody, create a friendship, and then, see where it goes, build a relationship, all that stuff. We were talking on the phone that night, and we were, vibing really well. And, he made me, I felt comfortable talking to him, even though it was like our first time. We just felt comfortable with each other. And he's just like, well, I don't see why we should wait. I mean, we vibe well. We have chemistry, all this, all that. You made me feel comfortable. So I don't see why we should wait to start a relationship. And I was just like, that's the thing. Like, if we vibe well, we mesh well, we have a good connection, why rush it, right? So anyway, pretty much he just kind of gave in. I was like, okay, we could start on a friendship. Second week, everything, goes good or whatever. Second week, we were talking on the phone one night. And y'all know I work late at night, so it was like 2 o'clock that morning. He told me, he had been asleep and he woke up and was thinking about me, so he called me, yada yada, right? So we were talking. He's like, my phone is about to go dead. Let me call you back in like 10-15 minutes so it can like really charge. And I was like, okay. So 15 minutes passed by and I'm just like, okay, he has to call me back. Like he's usually pretty good at like, if he say he's gonna call me back, like he usually calls me like right back, right? So I was like, that's strange. So 20 minutes passed and I called him. He didn't answer. At this point, it was like 3:30 in the morning. So I'm like, okay, maybe he just fell asleep, yada yada. Didn't think anything of it. So this is where things started getting a little stinky, a little fishy. I didn't hear from him. After that night, I didn't hear from him for the next 2 days. And it was really weird because we have been talking every day up until this point, and it wasn't like him to not call me because like he usually be blowing my line up, you hear me? And so I was kind of worried because we had been talking about how his dad was in and out of the hospital. He was having like heart trouble and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my God, I hope everything is okay with his dad or whatever. So, I called him a couple times. I texted him a couple times. Me, I'm not a like chase you down, blow up your phone till you answer type of person. I'm just not that type of person. Like, if I want to talk to you, my maximum call will be twice. It will be 2 times. I'm not calling you no more than 2 times Because obviously you see my phone call. If you want to talk to me, you'll call me back. If not, you won't call me back. Either way, it'll be cool. I'm just not in that hunting you down, chasing you down type of spirit. Like, that's just not what I do, okay? I called him a couple times. I texted him a couple times over those, like, 2 days. And so, like, the second, was it the second or that third day? I think it was that third day morning. I still hadn't heard from him. And I was like, okay. I texted him. I was pretty much like, don't ever call me again. Like, you know, we just get upset and be like, don't hit me up no more. Like, since you can't hit me up, just keep it that way, right? So then he started blowing my phone up. And I wasn't answering because I already told him, like, I'm done. Like, don't call me, don't text me. Like, just don't. He ended up texting me and was like, so you're ignoring me now? And I was like, well, you felt the need not to talk to me for the last 2 days, so why bother talking to me now? Leave me alone. And he just kept blowing my phone up. And I didn't answer. So, like, later on that night, I was just like, I'm done. Like, stop hitting me up. And he was like, I still, like, want to be with you. I still want to get to know you. Like, don't do me like this. And yada, 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 right? So, he ended up calling me later that night. And I was like, let me just answer the phone and, like, see what he has to say. I answered the phone. And I was like, why haven't I heard from you? And he was like, I'm sorry. I've been in the hospital. I was like, what? He was like, I went to get my hip checked out. So we have been talking about, like, previously before, he had been talking about his hip. I don't think I said the other side of my face. And how it was bothering him, and how he was going to go get it checked out, yada, yada, all that stuff, right? My thing is, it's really starting to smell a little bit, okay? If you go to the hospital, so say, for instance, more than likely, he, I guess, doesn't have health care. So if you don't go to a specialist to get something checked out, usually people go to the ER to get everything checked out. It may take a few hours, but it ain't gonna take 2 days to go to the hospital and get your hip checked out. And I was like, okay, what did they give you anything for it? Like, what did they recommend? Like, what did they say? And he was like, they just gave me some ibuprofen. I was just like, dude, you are full of crap. Like, I'm just thinking this. But if you know me, you know I'm not a, I don't talk much, believe it or not. I know y'all are like, girl, well, you talk a lot. I talk to y'all a lot, but I listen and I observe very, very well. I'm not the type to argue with somebody about something. I just kind of sit back and let things play out. Because if you're doing something behind my back, I'm going to find out. It's going to come to the light. So there's no need for me to start an argument or do all this, all that. When it's just going to show itself. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. So we carried on with the conversation. We were talking about me coming to see him, and I would have to, of course, come to him because he couldn't drive because he got a DUI a while back, and he was able to drive until like mid-July. Yeah, so pretty much, you know, we were kind of like back on track or whatever. And so the next week, this is the last week, I was planning on coming to see him that Sunday. So, you know, we're talking and stuff throughout the week. Saturday rolls around, and yet again, he didn't hit me up. I didn't hear anything from him. So I'm calling him, texting him, and I'm like, okay. Like... Like, I'm done. Don't hit me up. Like, pretty much the same. You know, same thing, whatever. He hits me up Sunday, blowing my phone up. And I was just texting him, like, what's the excuse now? Why didn't I hear from you at all yesterday? And he was just like, I was in the hospital. Like, are you going to use this excuse every time you don't hit me up? Like, I don't I'm not understanding. And he was like, I can explain. Are you still coming today? And I was like, I don't know. Should I? And he's like, yes, I really want you to come. It's like, my hip is really bothering me. I just want to cuddle and watch movies with you and have you around, yada, yada. And I'm like, I straight up told him, I feel like you're playing me. And he was like, I wouldn't do that. I promise. I like you too much. Why would I play you when, you know, I'm always honest with you and yada, 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 yada. And I was like, I want to believe you, but, like, I can't. Like, I can't. Like, I really feel like you're playing me. And he was like, I don't know why you think that. And, I promise, like, I was in the hospital. So, yeah, it's Sunday, right? So, we had talked about he wanted me to stay with him. And I was like, I wouldn't feel comfortable staying. Like, this is our first time meeting. I wouldn't feel comfortable staying with you. So I'm gonna come for a few hours. I'm gonna come, stay for a few hours, and leave. So he got upset about that. He was like, I just don't understand why you won't stay. And you don't have to be to work till 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. And I'm just like, I'm aware of what time I gotta be to work. Like, that don't mean I gotta be over your house all day till I gotta go to work. Like, I don't understand. Like, people know your work schedule and they try to like plan stuff for you. Like, you don't know what all I have to do before work. And even if I didn't, I'm not staying with you. So he got a little upset about that. So I got to his place. I started watching movies in the living room. We were talking. He was like, I'm glad you came. I didn't think you would come, yada yada. And I was like, yeah. So why didn't I hear from you yesterday? And he was just like, well, I was with my son all day yesterday. Like, believe it or not, the hospital didn't come up at all, but yet you were at the hospital. So, he was like, I was with my son most of the day, and then I went to this party later on last night, and I was like, you told me you was at the hospital. See, like, you see how everything is just coming out, right? So he tried to change the subject, and I was like, no, you said you were at the hospital and you could explain, so explain. So he pretty much just completely, like, got up and, like, walked away and tried to change the subject. So I was like, you know, okay. Like, I'm gonna figure you out soon enough, but I'm definitely, I'm sleeping, you know what I mean? Like, I see where this is going, you know what I mean? So anyway, we went to his room, we were watching movies, we were touching and rubbing, you know, and all that stuff, but we didn't have sex. You know, I don't have a problem telling y'all if I had sex or not, and we didn't have sex. He did try to take my pants off, but I said, okay, you good, you can stop. And so he kept trying. I was like, okay, so either you're gonna stop or I'm gonna leave. So, of course, he didn't want, well, I don't know if he didn't want me to leave, but I guess at that time he didn't want me to leave. So he stopped or whatever. We cuddled, watched movies. I was starting to doze off. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm about to go. When I said I was supposed to go, I just felt the energy just shift in a really bad direction, right? Like, really bad direction. I just felt this sudden shift, like something's like about to happen or something's not right. He's like a little upset, I guess, because he's wanting me to stay, and I guess he thought he was gonna get some, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so he went outside because his cousin was coming up, and so I'm walking from around the bed to get my shoes. Well, I put my shoes on. I'm walking from around the bed to come out of the room, right? Tell me why. I seen a pair of black lace thongs right there on the floor. And I'm like, okay, Tiffany, calm down. I'm thinking, how should I react to this? So I was thinking, should I pick them up and be like, what are these? Who are these? Or should I just leave and never talk to him again? So I decided to go ahead and leave because, for one, I didn't really know this guy like that. And I feel like every action has a reaction. Is that how you say it? Something like that. So I didn't know how he would react. I didn't want us to get into I didn't want us to get into an argument and then he like end up hurting me, and you know I'm not able to like make it home, like, you know what I mean. So you definitely have to be cautious of things like that as well, you know, especially if you don't really know somebody, like you don't know how they'll react to certain things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Now I'm gonna just, you know, call when I get home and let them know, like, all right, it is what it is, bye. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I did want to hear, like, kind of what, not that I wanted an explanation, but I wanted to hear, like, what he would have to say about it. So his cousin was coming up, so he was outside when I seen the panties. So as I'm going out the door, he's coming back in to walk me out to my car. Weirdest. When I tell you the energy shifted, it definitely shifted. Like, so I was walking to my car, no hug, no kiss, no like he literally said nothing. They're usually like, you know, make it home safe, call me when you get home, or like anything, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm almost to my car. He hasn't said anything. Like, what's going on? His face, I mean, he looked a little upset or whatever, right? I'm pretty much at this point opening my car door. He still hasn't said anything to me. So I'm like, all right, well, bye. Like you're not about to say nothing for real? I didn't say that, but that's how I was like, all right, bye. Like, mm. And he was like, all right. Like, okay. Like, I didn't really know how to take that. So I'm just like, that's so weird. So yeah, so I get home. And I try to call him, let him know, you know, what I've seen, and I'm pretty much done talking to him, all that stuff. He didn't answer, so I was like, here we go. Here we go. I tried to call him again later that night. He still didn't answer. That next morning, I still hadn't heard anything from him. I had called him that morning. And in the afternoon, I texted him. And I was pretty much like, my camera got overheated, so I went ahead and finished my face and popped some lashes on. These lashes are from my brand in the style Whiplash. I said, since you won't answer my calls or hit me up, this is how I'm going to get this message to you. It's like, I'm not going to waste my time saying too much because I feel like at this point you could care less. But be sure next time you invite a girl over that you want to start a relationship with, and I put that in quotation marks, at least have the common courtesy to hide any black lace thongs you may have laying around. I said, I had a feeling I was getting played, and indeed I was. Because remember, I had told him, I was like, I feel like you're playing me the second time he said he was at the hospital. Yeah. I was like, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, you were playing me. Please don't bother trying to communicate with me anymore. You've been doing a good job at it so far, so keep it up. I'm done. So that was pretty much that. And again, I haven't heard from him. You know, the last couple times I told him not to hit me up, he would blow my phone up the next day. But I have not talked to him. Again, I sent that Monday afternoon. I'm recording this video on a Thursday. I have not heard anything from him. So there we go. We have been talking for 3 weeks. So it wasn't something I was like really like into. I felt like everything went well at his house, besides the fact that, you know, I ain't give him none. I guess that was ultimately what he wanted. And he seen that he couldn't get it. It was gonna take a little more effort to get any draws. And I guess he didn't want to take that much effort, or, you know, give that much effort. So, okay, cool. And the funny thing is, oh my God, you guys, I went around the bed the same way when I first got in there. But I don't know if it wasn't like I wasn't looking at the floor. Because I feel like I was, because he had clothes on the floor. You know, I didn't want to step on none or whatever. So I felt like I had to be looking down when I was going around the bed. But I didn't see those pennies when I was walking in the room. But God, woo! Y'all gonna make me preaching here. That was nothing but God, you guys. And when I tell y'all, it really doesn't pay you to like argue and stuff when you know something's going on. It's gonna come to light. It's gonna come to light. And you know they had to be recent. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. They had to be recent because you're not just gonna have, you know, some drawers laying on the floor for some months. You know what I mean? Like, I would hope at some point you would clean your floor. You know what I mean? Clean your house. So they had to be recent. And I'm thinking he probably, when he told me he went to a party later that night, that Saturday night, he probably brought a chick home that Sunday morning and had sex with her. And then I'm over there this afternoon and he's trying to have sex with me. Like, guys are pigs. Like, that's just too much. Like, it is above me now. I just can't. Like, you try to give somebody a shot and they just prove you to be right every single time. Was it really the fact that I saw the panties? It was just the fact that he had been lying to me, thinking that we were going to be exclusive, and he wasn't the only, like, he had only been talking to one girl and they were only, you know, having conversation. It wasn't anything like that. That was the thing that really got to me. So I sent him that message. I'm pretty sure he read it at this point. And it is what it is. So yeah, it's really, you know, I just feel like that was just a setback. But I thank God for showing me early that this guy was no good for me and to keep it moving. Like, I mean, imagine if I didn't see those and here I am trying to like start a relationship with some guy who was pretty much going to be cheating on me. Like, he lived 45 minutes away from me. So it's not like I'm about to hop up every day and go down there, because I'm not. Okay, first of all. And it's just like, that's what I would have to be worried about. Like, I don't want to be with somebody I can't trust, like, from the jump. Like, you know what I mean? So that is all for my little story time, chit chat, get ready with me type of thingy thing, twing thing. It is 4th of July, so happy 4th of July to everyone. I'm going to try to get this up today for sure because I haven't put up any videos this week. Yeah, everyone be safe out there. If you're traveling, if you're, you know, out of town, just be safe, and I hope you have fun and enjoy your family and friends. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, see you.